is my spending for the last few. So these are the books that I bought. Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Breanna and today I'm going to be taking you through a healing vlog because I feel like everyone falls into like a mid-semester slump during winter. So I'm going to be getting my life together, being productive and studying and cleaning and everything in between. So without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe and let's get into the video. I got a cable. I believe these are keycaps. This is the actual keyboard itself. Oh, it is so heavy. This is the keyboard. I can barely hold this with one hand. It's so heavy. I'll give you guys a more in-depth review of this later in the video. Hey guys, so I've been feeling kind of down lately and that's why I haven't been vlogging. But the one thing that's been helping me reset and really get my life back on track is reading. And so this is the proudest achievement of my year, but I read 6 books in 12 days. I got like the whole series on the 1st of February. So I had to buy them on Amazon because they're pretty old. I think they're from like 2004, 2006. But I literally went to 2 different bookstores and I only found the first book. So that was great, so I could get started, but I had to buy the rest of them online. I highly recommend them. I know when I said in a previous video that I recommend book 9 and 10, The Last Widow and The Silent Wife, as the standalones, but if you guys are looking for a new fiction series, the mysteries and the plot twists and the crime is so beautifully written and the character development is so good. Like, they're so well written. They all play a different piece and really bring the story together. And if you guys are going to buy the series, then my favorites are the first one, Triptych. I think I literally finished this in like one sitting. Criminal, which is the 6th book. There's so many sticky notes in here, especially the end, because the last 100 to 150 pages of every book always like wraps everything together and just like it's so mind-blowing. And then I also really like the 2nd book, which is Fractured. So yeah, that is like my little book haul. I'll leave links to everything in the description box below and my Goodreads. But yeah, reading like one of these a day or like 3/4 of one every night has been helping me reset for the next day, because mentally and like emotionally I have not been well. I just haven't felt like on the top of my game or like really having it together. So I'm just taking the next few days to get back into routine and do the things that I don't want to do but I know will make me feel better. So hopefully this video will be helpful. So this is my new mechanical keyboard. It is the KBDFANS D65 in E white. The plate is brass, the switches are lubed Gatoron black inks. They're so buttery and smooth, but it did take some getting used to from my Apple keyboard, but now I love it. It's not too loud and just the perfect amount of thockiness. So here's just a little sound test. Okay, so another thing that I've been avoiding during my like downtime and like my slump is tracking my saving and spending habits. So I'm going to be reviewing the last 4 or so weeks. I think transparency can be really helpful when it comes to things like managing money, especially as a young adult. So I'm going to show you guys my whole money organization and management process. And I just want to put out the disclaimer that I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what I do and what works for me. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Notion for sponsoring this portion of the video. You can download it for free at the link in the description box below, as well as the finance template that I'm about to show you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the behind the scenes. First thing that I always like to do is check all my account statements. So you want to review your checkings account, your credit card if you have one. I actually used to avoid doing this because ignorance is bliss. But seriously, tracking your expenses starts at actually looking at your statement. So this is really important, and I think it gives you more control over your life. So this is my finance tracking Notion template. It's very beginner friendly. As you can see, it's super straightforward. There's a column for name, date, income, expenses, tags for the different expense categories, as well as a notes column. So for the purpose of the demonstration right now, I just have a few things listed. So there's January rent, and obviously that would be an expense. And I also just have a notes of where the money was divided. And I think it's important to categorize all the expenses so later you can see how much each category cost you. So in tags, I have like rent, personal, groceries, academic, shopping, subscriptions, etc. In the different views of the table, you can see how much you spent month to month. So this is a monthly view. There's January 2022, February 2022. There's also how much you put on your credit card, how much you put on your debit card, how much you spent on groceries, shopping, academic, subscriptions, for example. And then you can obviously tailor these tags to what you actually have. So for me, I have personal, food, academic, shopping, subscriptions, entertainment, and transportation. I'm just going to quickly fill out my February expenses so far and then set a realistic goal for the end of the month. I know you can get an app with your bank to automatically do this, but I like doing it in Notion because writing out the numbers is actually a wake-up call. So I'm being really transparent here, but this is my spending for the last few days of January and then the beginning half of February. Just off a first glance, you can see a lot of it is going towards personal and shopping because one of my love languages is gift giving. So I'm okay with that making up majority of my expenses because birthdays and holidays, like they only happen like once a year. So I think it's okay. I did spend a lot more on books because I've just been getting into reading a lot more. And I also think that's okay because I don't want to put a cap on my reading because it's like a lifelong skill. It's something that nurtures my perspective, and I don't really want to put a cap on like an academic interest. So if you guys want to know how I currently split my income, it's 80% to savings, 10% to investments, and 10% to my checkings account, so like my wants. And I think that's okay for now. I think I want to increase how much I put towards investments, but for now that's what I've been trying to do to curb how much I spend. So this is how I track my cash flow. It's obviously not perfect, but I think it's been pretty good at reeling in my spending so far. So now that I can see how much I spent so far in February, I'm going to set a realistic goal just at the bottom here. I want this goal to be a challenge, but also still realistic. And I have 2 of my best friends' birthdays this month, so I need to account for that in my goal. So I think I'm gonna leave it at 600. I feel like this month isn't a great example of my actual spending habits because it was Valentine's Day and 2 of my best friends' birthdays are this month. So that's what the big expenses are right here. This is Adam's Valentine's Day gift, and then I also got my sister some gifts for Galentine's Day. So yeah, filling out this template always just gives me a reality check about my spending habits and how I can do better. Money management and like tracking cash flow is a skill that I'm still learning, but hopefully this was helpful. If you want this exact template for free, you can go to the Notion link in the description box below. And yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys have any saving or spending tips. And yeah, here's to more money transparency. Join the server. Oh, I'm not putting that in. Hopefully when you guys watch the video, you'll see join the server. So right now I am packing my bag to go to Toronto with my sisters. We're just doing a little Valentine's Day get together. So my sister got some decorations. And then I also have their little goodie bags. I got both of them sunscreens, some Summer Fridays products. Picked up my sister another thing from Kaja Beauty, and then also a Charlotte Tilbury powder. So I'm gonna pack these into my tote bag. And we also got a cake and some cupcakes, so I'm gonna grab those from downstairs, and then I'm gonna call the Uber. I'm gonna get dressed, and then we can get going.
Apparently that's what happened. Yeah.